Hey guys, just wanted to make a quick video, show you guys where the intermediate housing is, how to grease the mid shaft. This is my first ski. It's a 2016 VX. I did a lot of research trying to figure out how to maintain stuff myself. I'm far from mechanically inclined and far from expert in any means when it comes to engines or cars or jet skis or anything, but I can do simple stuff and read and learn. So I looked on YouTube. I found a couple videos that were actually helpful, but a lot of them were on the Yamaha jet boats, and there weren't too many on the skis. And I was led to believe in my model that this wasn't the case. So anyway, it took me a little minute, but anyway, for those of you interested in it's something that should be done when you change your oil and plugs, or some people recommend doing it every season. But the mid shaft, the intermediate housing, is right down here, and this little NPT fitting right here is where you add the grease. You just use a grease gun with a tip, and this is the grease that you should be using, Yamaha marine grease. I'm sure there's other greases that are compatible. I know some greases are made up of different components, and that's not something I'm an expert on. But from the research I've done, Yamaha recommends using Class A marine grease, and that's what this is. Yamaha used to put in the older models, they used to actually tell you what grease to use and how much to add, but now in the newer models they don't. It just says dealer service, and it's really something that any of us can do if you have the tools and a few minutes and whatever. So the only thing that was a little confusing to me is I didn't think I had to remove anything, but in fact I did. So this panel is normally bolted on here, so if you look down here, you cannot see the mid shaft, or you can't access the grease fitting. So basically it's held on by 4 bolts, one on the top, one there, and then the same on the other side. You just remove those 4 bolts and move this out of the way, and then you can access the mid shaft. And from reading the old manuals and from what everyone who's done this before, you're supposed to put 0.2 to 0.27 ounces of grease, and the average grease gun, that's 5 to 10 pumps. So once you attach that fitting till it clicks, make sure you pump your grease gun so that grease is at the very end of your tube. Attach the fitting, and you're going to pump between 5 and 10 times. And if you start to feel any resistance at the pump when you're pumping the grease in, you're going to stop, because if you force it, there's a watertight seal on that housing, and if you break that seal, potentially you could have problems. So anyway, hope this was helpful for anyone who is trying to figure out how to do this themselves, because I had to dig around a little bit to find it. Since I'm about to do it, I figured I'd share you guys the video.